Hello everyone and welcome back to the Fluctus channel. With the average lifespan of about 30 years, vessel owners are constantly looking for ways to prolong its service life, and some of the important components of a ship is often submerged underwater, making it difficult to maintain. In today's feature, we will explore how industrial technology has merged deep-sea diving and underwater pressure welding to salvage maritime vessels through undersea arc welding, aid scientists, and explore long-lost underwater archaeological treasures. When a ship sails at sea, it is highly prone to external damages caused by several unanticipated factors, which may affect the exposed external parts of the ship. One such external part is the hull. Otherwise known as the watertight structure of the ship, it protects the cargo, machinery, and accommodation spaces of the ship from the weather, flooding, and all forms of damage. The smallest flaw or aperture in a vessel's hull is usually catastrophic, which is why immediate repair work is required as soon as such damage is discovered. In such emergencies, there usually arises the need to repair the hull while it's still submerged. After the damage has been analyzed and a complete repair plan is devised, a team of divers enter the scene to actualize the repair by applying underwater welding techniques. Wet welding electrodes are used to cut out the affected metal plate in order to fit in and weld new metal plates. When the repair is complete, a magnetic particle inspection test is carried out to confirm the success of the operation. This prevents the vessel from going off schedule to find a faraway dock for the repairs. Another incredible job undertaken by divers or underwater welders is hyperbaric welding. It is conducted at very high pressure underwater, usually on oil rig foundations. Hyperbaric underwater welding is done in one of two ways. Wet welding occurs when the job is done with water directly surrounding the welding site. Most offshore structures, such as pipelines, are installed and repaired by means of wet welding techniques. In dry welding, on the other hand, the welding is done at higher pressure with insulation from water around the weld site. The welder does the work while partially or fully inside a habitat or chamber which provides a dry or semi-dry environment. In such extreme operations, the hyperbaric or decompression chamber is a necessity for the safety of the divers. These sealed chambers provide a high-pressure environment which prevents decompression sickness, an ailment common to deep-sea divers caused by rapid decrease in the surrounding pressure. The habitat is large enough to hold one or more persons and equipped with an access hatch that retains its seal under high pressure. More commonly, the hatch opens into an underwater airlock similar to those used in submarines and underwater living habitats.
To me, there's risk involved, just like with any job. And it's not so much, some people think, oh, your biggest factor is drowning. To me, it's more stuff like moving stuff, getting in pinch points, putting your fingers where they don't belong, that kind of stuff. So there is some risk involved, but safety is always a major factor for anybody working offshore.
Diving remains a thrilling and very valuable profession in the world today, not only for maintenance, but also in the fields of marine science. For instance, maritime archaeology is the scientific study of underwater cultural heritage, dealing in diving for artifacts, shipwrecks, and other related objects to examine them for research purposes. Underwater cultural heritage refers to all the traces of human existence with cultural, historical, or archaeological character that have been partially or totally submerged. Shipwrecks are the most commonly known types of underwater cultural heritage, along with submerged aircraft, ports, fishing facilities, and even inundated human habitats. However, these findings take several years of exploration. In the year 2000, French underwater archaeologist Frank Gadillo discovered the submerged Egyptian city of Tanis Heraklion after a 5-year search. Recently, Gadillo and his team again found another part of the underwater city. The galley, which was discovered with the help of the prototype of a new sedimentary echo sounder, lies along with the remains of the temple, under a layer of hard clay nearly 17 feet thick. Alongside the entrance canal, remains of a large Greek funerary area covered with sumptuous funerary offerings was found. Military vessels, shipwrecks, and other artifacts were also part of the findings. The marine archaeologist made use of very innovative equipment to accomplish this work.
We had to develop specific equipment for the underwater excavation because of the very poor visibility. For example, we are doing systematic 3D photo of the site before excavation and during the excavation, and you can thus have a 3D follow-up of the excavation and the discovery of each artifact.
While maritime archaeology helps researchers unveil the buried happenings of the past, marine biology helps understand the present marine life and its effects on the surrounding environment. Marine biologists investigate the physiological processes of marine species, as well as the diseases they may cause. Their research typically involves testing and monitoring sea creatures exposed to pollutants, preserving specimens and samples of species, and mapping the distribution, ranges, and populations movements. Marine biologists may spend a significant amount of time outdoors when conducting research, involving working on ships to locate, tag, and monitor marine creatures. When marine biologists study marine creatures in their natural habitats, they use a technique called tagging. Instruments are attached to these creatures, which provides information and helps track them while underwater. One of the most tagged marine animals are whales. By attaching satellite-monitored radio tags to whales, it is possible to remotely track their movements and behavior to help conserve them. Dolphins are also tagged to gather data in regards to their habitats, populations, and migration habits. The tag floats to the surface after falling off, emitting a radio signal for researchers to track it and access the data. In spite of the dangers underneath the oceans, technological advancements and dedicated underwater personnel are leaving no stone unturned in solving deep maritime mysteries and bringing its age-old treasures to the surface. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our new content. See you next time.